Welcome to Intro to Statistics Part 4. In this video, we'll be going over the normal distribution. This is probably the most common distribution used to approximate the probability where a random sample will fall within the population. The normal distribution can be plotted using this formula. I found the standard deviation and the mean using Excel and used this equation in Excel to plot the normal distribution curve, commonly called a bell curve. The y-axis is the probability density, and the area underneath the curve from left to right to that point is the probability that a random sample taken from the population will be less than this value. The area on the other side from left to right is the probability that the random sample taken from the population will be greater than this value. Commonly, we refer to being within a certain sigma or standard deviation to a thing. While in the normal distribution, the mean or average plus or minus 1 sigma or standard deviation should represent about 68% of the data. The mean plus or minus 2 sigma represents about 95% of the data, and the mean plus or minus 3 sigma represents about 99.7% of the data. This is assuming the data follows a normal distribution. So now you're probably thinking, how do we find the area under this curve? Well, we could integrate using calculus, or we could use a method with z-score tables. The z-score can be found by taking the observed value minus the mean of the sample divided by the standard deviation. The z-score really is a measure of how many standard deviations away from the mean we are. So a z-score of 1 is 1 standard deviation away from the mean, and a z-score of 2 is 2 standard deviations away from the mean. It could also be a decimal value. This value can be used with the z-score table of known probabilities, known areas under the normal curve, to find the probability that a value is less than this value, assuming the value follows a normal distribution. So the way a z-score table works is we have rows that represent the first 2 digits of the number of standard deviations the value is from the mean. In this case, we have a negative 1.7. The negative means the value is left of the mean, and if it were to be positive, this would mean that it is right of the mean. And columns that represent the 100th place, where in this case we have a 5 in the 100th place. Following the correct row and column, this leads us to a probability of 0.0401, or 4.01%. This means that there is a 4.01% chance the value could be lower. Now if we wanted to find out what the probability is that is higher, we could take 1 minus the probability we found of 0.0401. We get 0.9599, or 95.99% chance that the random sample would be higher. Next, let's say we have a higher value and a lower value, and we want to find the probability that the sample will fall between these 2 points. We would take the larger probability and subtract the smaller probability. We get that 65.14% of samples will fall within this range. To finish off this video, let's say we want to find out what the probability it will be outside this range. We can take 1 minus the probability it will be within this range, and we get 38.86% of samples will be outside of this range. That concludes this video. Hope you'll have earned a like, share, or subscription. If you enjoyed this video, you may enjoy one of these videos as well. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.